Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. All right, let's get ready to get started here. All right, we're working with mean reversions today. What's up, guys? Good morning. All right, things are looking okay on SPY. If the music's too loud, let me know. Morning, guys. Make this a quick stream today. Market is opening irrational on the S&P. No, hold on, wait a minute. Is that right? That is the wrong chart. Rational. Things are good. Oh, I know what I did. This is ES. It is irrational because we dipped after earnings, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then this is... Let me double check what I have in here. 7.5. We didn't do this. We'll just do it with QQ, with S&P today. Okay. Okay, so we're good. Fixes indicate, that's great. This is long entries out the door for everything. That's great. I'm going to put in on the bot. $1 350. God, I literally do all that work and hit cancel on accident. I'm so flustered today. Ugh. Wait. How you guys doing this morning? You just go through and make one that doesn't have all this stuff in it. This is a great tool that everybody made that they can manually input the stuff back before we had our app. There we go. So Nasdaq is inside the band. That's good. What is the S&P doing? Is that 38.18 and 38.64? Am I missing something? That doesn't seem right. What's wrong with you? Hear it in your voice? Oh, I'm just exhausted. You can tell, huh? Just dead tired. Literally dead tired. Is this right? 38.20. 37.65. Yeah, that's right. And then, am I using yellow line values? No. Risk interval, am I? This is 27.5 for ES. This is 103.50 for Q. So now we're good. Yeah, thanks for letting me check though. I'm just curious why QQQ is not irrational and the S&P is. Something feels off. Is that right? Do you guys have the same thing I do? I'm too tired to figure this out. This is correct, right? Irrational in the S&P. Okay. It's not right? Right, that's so odd. Oh, because I have ES in the chart. Okay, this is it. DD is 0.6, perfect. Okay, I was wondering, dude, I was wondering what's wrong. Okay, there's that red line we had from yesterday, so we're talking about that. We're pushing out here. My trades are, I'm still long Pepsi, I'm long Apple. I bought Apple yesterday off the dip, off earnings. No, I bought Apple before earnings. And I'm long I got Google in my pocket. I've got Nasdaq futures in my pocket. Let's see rocket skitter real quick and get some layers levels here. DD is 0.6, perfect. All right, but bull long up on rocket. That's awesome. Guys, hit that like button real quick. I need y'all. I'm exhausted, so I'm not gonna be shouting today, but please hit that like button. Make sure y'all get that stream algo some love. Let's get Roxy. The Roxy is growing. You guys are supporting this and supporting us, and we love y'all to death. Let's see what my trades are doing today. Look at my phone really quick. No camera today because I just look like a vagrant. Oh shit, I'm up $13,000 today. Fuck, well, that's good. I was down like total yesterday because of my Apple and Google. Wow, I'm almost up 13K today. That's good. That's moving. I did position pretty heavily though in some things. So my apples are running. Let me see how much do I want to. My QQQs are. Let me put my trade on the screen. I have QQQ futures. So these are. I have SPY. Oh, I have SPY too. God, I'm so fucking tired. I have SPY weeklies. I have 50 November 2nd, 390 calls. Oh yeah. I need to start remembering to wake up earlier. I just overslept, guys. I'm just flustered because I overslept. I mean, not that I'm like in a bad mood by making money, but I do have SPY 390 calls for what day is that? And I have 50 of them apparently. I forgot to add them to. I'm sitting here looking at all my trades today, and I forgot to add this over to my. I have a window with all my DOMs on it. That's something that you don't want to forget about. I look at my phone and I was like, oh wait, I need to scroll up. Oh, there's okay. So I have Apple, Google. I have Apple November 25th, 152.5 calls. I've got Google November 25th, 110 calls. I'm very aggressive on that. Nvidia November 25th, 150 calls. Very aggressive on that. Those are all in the money except for Google. Pepsi, October 28th, 180 calls. I'm glad I held on to my Pepsi and didn't puss out on those because those guys have made like $4 grand now. No, I'm sorry. Don't let me lie. $3 grand today. 1,200 total. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong column. Sorry, that's today's gain because Pepsi's were down, and so now I'm matching the green on Pepsi. Okay, 12 plus 1230 on Pepsi. My SPYs. November 2nd. 390 calls, 50 of those, and I have one NQ future. And I gobbled up the dip. So I need to add one more little thing here, because I got 6 options. All right, you guys, thanks for liking the video, helping out, getting us some love here. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so market's looking pretty solid here. BLU, let's find some stocks that are sitting on the belong upside. Resilience is positive. Let's find some laggers that resilience is that things are below half gap. I'm gonna search for anything that's below half gap, and we can do distance from half gap on the side. Do we have distance half gap? Ooh, we don't. That's okay. Let's switch it out though. Might have like a, I said 50K week. I think I had a 50K week. Okay. So there's this. Let's do my NQ. Okay, so let's take a look at NQ. I did have some futures. I grabbed them off the dip. I'm assuming that all of yesterday's Apple stuff that we had, in Microsoft, Meta, everything, the dip is going to be dip to buy. That's what I'm assuming. And I think that the market's going to squeeze really hard. That was my thesis. Well done. Thank you. Let's look at QQQ really quick. I'm going to find an exit on my Qs. So I just have one Nasdaq future, second day trade and scalped at. I literally bought it. I did this. I know I'm a fucking degenerate, but I literally came in at the end of the day before Apple. I bought Apple. I bought QQQ futures. I doubled down on Google. You know how much Google I have? Can I tell you guys my new magic position? And I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. So my Nasdaq futures, remember I did a $1,000 scalp yesterday. There's $1,200 scalp here. Google, I have, like I said, a month to get there. I have 110 Google calls. Or 110 strike. Do a quick monthly map on that. That's gonna be my big position there. Big position there. What is my better trade I want to kind of talk about today? My Apple. I think I'm actually going to liquidate everything at the top today as well. Not everything, but everything that I'm day trading. I think we'll have like a nice green candle response today, and I'll probably just close out. Unless we break the highs, be flat by the day on most of the things except for my long-term swings. Okay. Now we're this is fucking great. I mean, I can't be mad making money. Like Apple, Google, and Nvidia. Yeah, I did. I've made over 50K this week. But I'll share with you guys. I don't know. I'll have to share with you guys like the trade recaps, and I'll make like a whole video for it. Love you guys. All right, yeah, no, I'm just very beat up and tired. I've been working out a lot this week. I'm just exhausted. But I know I'm like my usual like peppy self. I will go to here Need to make this. This is fucking great, guys. Good. Okay. So Google 110s are going to be way up here. 110 is the strike that I got for Google. I wonder if I should do it like... Not like that either. So for that, it would be to coming and filling the gap right here. That's one of the things I wanted. If you guys can like the stream really quick, we love you guys so much. Click that like button, please. So I grabbed Google, and then right at the dip, I grabbed Google some more for 110 for the 25th of November. Now, I don't know if I'll get... That's really aggressive, but we'll see. It might not go in the money to 110. I did go from here to try to attempt to fill the gap. That is a very long distance, and I'm a little nervous about it. If we get a nice, decent run over 1 to 2 days, I will go green in the money. But, I mean, I will go green but not be in the money. All I need is 1 or 2 quick green candles so I can reposition this one. The gap at 103. Yeah, so the next gap is down here on this particular setup. So I bought Google before the earnings. And then when Google hit the bottom, I doubled down. So I bought maybe like 20 Google calls for that strike. And then when Google dipped, I bought like 205 more. No, sorry, no 235 more. So I have 255 Google calls to go here. If that goes in the money, it's $1 million, which is not going to happen. But if this has 3 or 4 red days, I can make a couple hundred G's on one trade. I'm scooping them up at like dirt cheap, because I'm assuming that if other things get better at earnings, then they'll move out. But I don't have a lot invested in it either. Like relative, it's the same amount I put in anything, but it's tens of thousands of % if it does go in the money. Not that it will, but 2 or 3 or 4 solid green days, my trade will go green. So that's enough to consider just taking and getting out. My thought was I would get before earnings, and then I would get I would double down if it fell to 90, with the goal of moving to fill this gap at 105. Over the course of the month, I hope we get to there, which I think that is possible. 110 may be harder to do, but if everything aggressively rallies, even moving halfway to here, my trade will make money. So, like I said, I dove in as we fell. Okay, let's take a look at Nasdaq futures today. So, like I said, Google trading up to here. Apple, let's take a look at where that is. You know, my positions are pretty much doing the same thing, trading together. Apple is a belong up. Let's look at the walls. $130, we're good there. Let me go ahead and do manual date, single date. I think it's looking pretty stable. I do like this. Let's look at SPY. I think the gap at 103, yeah. SPY's looking great. Mean reversion long up. Remember, we don't think that mean reversions are gonna break to the bull side. So any break to the bull side with that volume on the tap, which is what we're getting, there's that volume spike at bull side. Anything that breaks through on bull side, as a nice little run up on SPY, and you can just do SPY manual, monthly, single date, right? The SPY's pretty decent. I mean, the monthly map is looking really hella solid on SPY. Okay, let me do my Google real quick, because this is my one fun trade. This is like the one I'm really enjoying planning around. I kind of got the wrong strike on the map, but I think I can still get some something out of these 110s without having to reposition. I made an error in the strike. I should have not picked 110. I should have picked probably something like 105, because I wanted to be not bearish. I should have picked something like this, but I was more aggressive and picked a liquidity map. It's not the wrong one to do, but this is where the market is somewhat liquid. So let's see what we get. Single dates for what is, let's do Google. So how you do a monthly map? So a monthly map is where you can plot out a single date and look at the risk of just that date. And I'm using the classic app to do it. And it'll show me on this particular day where the bull and bear spread is of that particular stock. So if you're going to look at Google, for instance, today, it says 96 and 95. Google is very liquid at these levels. Obviously, we had bad earnings report. So, or, you know, the Wall Street's response was negative. So what I'm going to do is just map out the bull side and the bear side on either. You look for the major breaks, just like I show right there. You can map it out 1 week at a time. So as options expire on Fridays, we're going to head and map out Friday, right? Map that out just like that. Now let's do next week. And so one of the next things we'll have at Rocket Scooter is to be able to manually do this on our own platform, which would be super cool. Having the ability to do that would mean I don't have to draw these. So I can just draw out the monthly map, and on the screen, it will display those as well. Just like I'm drawing here. You do them one at a time. And you can see right here, what's interesting about the 11th, and this is going into Fed week, right? So this is going to be really interesting how this is playing out like this. Very odd, but that is what it is, right? So 88 to 94, 95, a huge resistance wall. So this is interesting to see a spread like that. And then 70, right? Like extremely liquid, like giving it room to crash. That is interesting to see, and that just manifests this week. So it looks like people are bullish at this level, but resistance at 95. So it's like over the course of this week, there's a containment through here. So we need to see the market like very rapidly move, or if we don't fill this gap by this week, then we've got resistance the following week. So it's 2 weeks of not filling that gap. So that's what the monthly map is telling me. If we don't get it this week, then I need to liquidate and reposition to a different strike. So 130 and 107 is that big split a week later, and look how volatility is expected to come back. So this is how you can sense and see volatility in the market. So right here, there's a Friday, 107, 130, 130, 107. So what's weird is that there is a bearish pathway for liquidity, and if you see how these maps work, is that even after earnings, there's a really massive shift. Look at that, this huge volatile expectations. This is volatility is growing through here, and volatility is pretty much stable, and it's volatile the whole way through. Volatility, FOMC I believe is here. That explains more volatility. So what I need is I need this to fill this gap. I don't know if we'll get 110. It'll take a while, and I'll lose a lot of theta getting there. So I no longer like my position just looking at the map. So what I want to see from here is I want to see us at least move to fill this gap before it gets volatile, or else I'm going to be losing a lot of theta as it's likely maneuvering down here. Anything here is liquid and not bullish, but as the days go by, if we stay, say for instance, we stay here, after this day, this is all bullish, right? So if you actually think about it like this is bull. So let me delete all the lines on here. And another way to see it is this following, right? After these expire, you're left with these. This is bull. This is bear. This is bear. This is bull. So it's bearish for a week with the expectation of liquidity pocket is the highest I usually expect to go to. So in this particular week, I don't expect Google to move beyond there, the max. And even if Google stays the same after 1 week, it's still bullish in here, which is great. As long as we don't find lower lows, a week later I'll be good enough to be bullish to get some boost based on the positions. So those calls that become front and center when it was puts here, once that put resistance gets out of the way, which is going to be hedging lower, these calls are going to be hedging higher. This is a transition zone. So when you see these in these monthly maps, they're actually really good. So when you have that kind of resistance from here, leave when it expires, you get support down here. Does everyone see that? So while Google is going to be struggling for a week or so, as long as this doesn't change, it's like the top comes off next week. But there's expected volatility because of FOMC, right? It can go both directions. Do we all understand that? How monthly maps work? So I'm using it to kind of look for what I'm expecting in the future. So we can just say that in here, we're trading lower. This is resistance. And then the resistance goes away and we have left for support. And then here's another resistance. Actually, there's another resistance here, but 95 is. So as long as we don't find lower, like if we find lower lows today, then I'm out, period, right? Or lower lows this week, I'm out, period, because we'll be trapped down in here and I will not get that strike that I want. If we maintain this and go to a liquidity pocket for that week, then we're good. That's a balance point. So meaning that if we get a really rapid rally and Google goes to there, right, I'm going to close out my position. Even if we get close to filling this gap, I'm probably going to close. I was hoping for 110s. I don't think at 110 is possible that easily without us having like a response to Fed. So I have two options on this trade. Either A, this week we rapidly fill the gap. And if we rapidly fill the gap, I'm not going to take my chances and gamble on Fed. They're not in the money, but they're so far out. I wouldn't have lost a lot of theta. I will close them at some time week 1. If we fill this gap week 1, I'm out. If we somehow don't and survive above here week 2, I'm going to hold for the month. If we go down here, I'm exiting, period. Okay, does everyone understand my plan? Yes, yes? Because if we're down inside of here, I don't have bull support anymore. We're trapped in this little liquidity trap here, this pocket. That looks kind of... There we go. Yes, yes? Type yes in chat if you guys follow. We're on the same page. So I use Rocket Scooter to map out when and where I want to buy my options. This is currently resistance today, so I want to be able to survive inside of here after this Friday so that on Monday I've got bull support. So every day I come in and remap my trade to decide if I want to hold on or liquidate or add or whatever. Same page, everyone? Okay. So now my plans are, if we find lower lows, I'm just going to close. If we hang for the week, I'm going to hold. And on Monday, I'm going to make a decision. Chances are, with FOMC, you can see that the possibility is that there's an expected range on This is expected range. That's how you know that. this at FOMC, there's volatility of almost 20 points inside of here. So on the contrary, if we hold flat at 92, there is also always going to be the same amount either way. So FOMC is a gamble at that point. It pushes both directions. Okay. I like what I see. Okay, let's get back to Rock Scooter. Front and center. Let me map out my Nvidias. I love doing this. Let's do Nvid real quick. Do the same thing. Today, what do you guys do for Halloween? What are y'all's Halloween costumes? Have any plans this week? Okay, let's get rid of the old ones. So Nvid is 110 and 70 for today. So really nice and bullish. But volatility is back, right? When this gets a little bigger, you know, it'd be kind of neat actually for the features if I were to do like the change from one day to the next. Like, hear me out, right? I'm glad I'm really tired today, because normally I'm just too excitable and I come up with ideas when I'm excited. I'm also coming up with ideas I'm tired. So one day to the next. So you can have like a toggle that you click one day to the next. So today's expiration yesterday looked like this. Then today's expiration looks like that. It's more volatile. So you can say volatile first day, not as volatile, second day more volatile. I love that. You can show them side by side, like how the days have changed one day after the other. 120 for the next Friday is the 4th. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't do the 4th yesterday. Okay, 110. Pretty cool, right? Is that a good idea? Be able to toggle one and the other. So just to see how they change, right? The 11th is now, you can see if it's getting better or worse at your strike. I think that's a really stellar idea. What do y'all think? $128 and 125. You can kind of see the progression of position shifting from one day to the next. So what's neat to see is that here, right? So let's play with this. I've never done this before. I just got the brainstorm. You can see that from the difference between yesterday and today, this is a sentiment change. We use Rocket Scooter to do a sentiment change, right? The sentiment is essentially whenever you are bullish on the bull side and you go from lower, or like say for instance, bullish zone is here and it goes lower, is more bullish. Why is that? Because people are bulls at a lower price. People are willing to buy lower. Okay. So if 110 was not bullish, 110 being bullish, it's more bullish. So if the bear side goes up, it's more bearish. Same thing. Bear side goes down. It's not only the bulls are more bullish, the bears are very less bearish. They're a lot less bearish and the bulls are more bullish. So the less bearish sentiment, which is the change, right? The change from 100 to 70, you can just say a deficit of 30. The less bearish is much, much, much stronger than the more bullish. So not only is the more bullish a distance of what, like I guess 5, it means that while there's a stronger bull sentiment, there's a bigger, less bear sentiment, which means a short squeeze is more prominent. Bears are ready to vacate faster than bulls are ready to get in. That's how I'm perceiving this, and I like the idea. So with Nvidia, just in general, the new numbers are to the right. So here, and then going into FOMC week, you can assume that, you know, people are gonna be less bullish. That makes sense, but it's interesting to see that there's no volatility in Nvidia. Nvidia looks strong. You see this? While Google experienced a bout of volatility, Nvidia is basically saying the volatility is today, then after that there's none. And so while we are here, and this is just kind of still jumbled, Nvidia is actually in the bull zone right now for 2 weeks out, which is phenomenal because my strikes are for 11/25 expiration. So I've got Nvidia 150 calls for this day right here. That's what I have. 150 calls for the 25th. My first Nvidia trade, I can't remember, they were 130 calls and I think they expired today. And I remember I got out of them for profit yesterday. Of course, they were worth like 20K. So when Nvidia started selling yesterday, I actually bought another one to go out into the future a little bit further. I think this idea like relative rate of change is like, what is the weaker position? So looking at the difference is like, the difference here is that the stronger enter, I think the way to say it, like we look at commitment traders, we talk about entries and exits, right? The stronger entry to the market is not more people shorting. It's like people that are going to long the market at a lower price versus people who want to short the market at a higher price. So the slope of change down on the bulls versus a slope of a change up of the bears, the slope is the same, then the sentiment is the same. So if you have like a little bit of a change of a bear, but a very drastic change in the bull, the sentiment is more bullish. So these are people that are entering the market. People want to long the market to enter a position, more bullish. Now on the contrary, on the exit side, which is people getting out of their trade, so you would expect them to go the other way. So bulls going like this, and bears going like this. People wanted to be long at 170. Now they're not long at 180. So that is people getting out of their position in this time. So again, that is the same on the longs getting out or shorts covering. Okay, same. So if you have this really strong move like this and this really weak move right here, then you can see that longs are exiting faster than shorts are covering. So it's more bearish. Okay. So the idea would be that that change to give you an indicator at the top of more or less bearish sentiment as the weeks go by. So this is something that kind of spawns out of how we read the commitment of traders in yesterday's video. I went to bed brainstorming this idea, and I'm glad to share it with y'all. Not exactly this one I'm coming up with live, but this idea was that a way to use the same way we read the commitment of traders and analyze the market that way. I'm going to put this in my little project file that has compare Thursday to Friday to see if it's more bull or more bearish at a level, and are more people entering or exiting at certain areas from one day to the next, especially crossing over an expiration, which is very important. Very interesting indeed, right? So the idea is to say what happened between yesterday and today. So for Nvid became more bullish and less bearish faster. And like in this example, became more bullish at current price because people want to buy lower, and also became less bearish because people want to short lower, but much lower than the bull change. So that means today, there are less bears at a higher rate than there are more bulls, which means that the weaker trade is the bear trade. So the stronger mechanism for liquidity is a short squeeze to find buyers more than lowering price to find buyers. So in the environment that dealers are positive, which is now, that if they need to find buyers, raising price is the quicker path. Merging the two together. How to get this chart within the tool? If you go to rocketscooter.com right here, you guys can get to play with our software for free. We have a 7-day free trial. It does all this liquidity mapping for you. It is phenomenal. It'll allow you to do all the stuff that we're doing. Okay, so liquidity pocket drops lower next day. It doesn't mean there's bearish trend. I don't know. We're trying to figure this out on the fly. Let's read it again. This is Thinkorswim over here, so I just point Thinkorswim up so I can map it out. So if the liquidity pocket drops, it just means the market is balanced. Another thing to note is from one day to the next, the perception of volatility is higher because the distance between bull and bear zone is also bigger. So another metric or indicator for a monthly map is the onset of expected volatility. Remember, when the mean inversion distance gets larger, you're expecting IV or expected range is higher. So you might consider being on the sell side, for example, on the Nvid change one day to the next with a huge widening of the range, such as today, Friday. So if I woke up today, I'm like, should I buy Nvidia calls because I'm bullish? How about today I sell 0-day 70 puts more so than I buy calls if I came in today, because volatility is very high. And so the example is whenever you're expanding the range, you want to go from your mindset of should I sell or buy. So when this range is bigger, IV goes up, so premiums go up. So it's the stronger trade is to be actually on the selling of the put side down here. If I went to 0-day YOLO this, I'd sell 70 puts as opposed to buy some kind of calls. Plus calls. So the stronger trade when it's widening, probabilistically it's a buy calls. Then here, if it's widening, I want to be on the sell side. If it's shrinking, I want to be on the long side, calls or buy puts. So either sell calls, sell puts when it's shrinking. Less volatile, I want to be on the buy side. Does that make sense? So I can actually frame my sentiment to watch, as the weeks go by. Nvidia, as you see, there is no volatility growth. It's completely shrinking. So inside of here, let me clean this up. This is the new monthly map indicator. So we're trying to dream up a bunch of ways to do it. So an example is if I can pick like, if I went to map out monthly map, and I went to monthly map, and I would say maybe I can have like a flag for display, right? Do display, and then I can have a day change. You guys like we're creating indicators on the fly, literally dreaming up something nobody has ever made before. Day change, click the button, it'll have, we'll call this a 1, right? day change. 1 is here. 2. I made no new entries. I'm still long all the things. Guess what my positions today? I'm in Pepsi calls, Apple calls, Nvidia calls, Google calls, NASDAQ futures, SPY calls, and my total P&L today has been bouncing between 10 and 20K all morning long. I'm up right now $13,000 today. I've had over a 50K week. I've made 10, 20K a day after calling the bottom, buying the calls, repositioning. The only reason I had a 50K week is because I'm down 11,000 on my Google. But I did that to position for a month out for Google. And that's $1 million trade if I get it. Now, if I get it in the money, which is a very impossible thing, I think. But even if I get close, I can pull 100 G's on Google alone. Okay. Real account too. You guys see my account number on the screen. It's real. Okay. So number 1, day change, day to day. Number 2, you could call... let's call it parity bias. Let's come up with a name for it to tell you what's stronger as far as your trade goes. Let's do like a parity scale. Not parity. It's like the state of being like equal. Let's say like an inequality. Let's just say we can say like options. Give us a name for this. Option. Help you pick a side. Should I sell? Should I be on the sell side or buy side of options? The sell buy flag. So I can say, you guys give me a cool name and I'll use it. It's a thing that will select what is the stronger side of the coin. Let's draw like pink. Okay. So as I can draw the change goes from here to here. The bias up until this day expires would say that I should be on the short side of options. As it's because it's widening. As this is shrinking, I'd want to be on the long side of options. And as this is not really widening much, it says that inside of here, I'd much more easily collect premium as volatility is getting higher. And I'd much rather buy premiums, volatility is getting less. We're reopen monthly map in the tool. Shiv, we haven't made it yet. We're making it right now. It's going to be one of the indicators that's going to come out in the next month. So right now we're dreaming up ways to do it. Yeah. VC indicator, volatility change. Option sell buy, yeah. But we can say like volatility change. Like, when does buying calls become useful? So not only is monthly map gonna help me pick, the gap fills, can pick my price target. The map is gonna help me pick when I want to expire. This will tell me when I want to enter. So today becoming more volatile, I don't want to maybe buy premiums that easily here, and I want to wait until Monday to finally make the trade. So like say, does that make sense? So what I can say, today, let me not, I want to buy, say if I want to buy Nvid for, an example is I want to buy Nvid for, say I want to get 150 calls on Nvid. And for monthly map, the idea would be I can come over here and dude, I'm getting so many different ideas here. So what if I came in and type in monthly map what I want? So a box, I could come in there and say, I want Nvidia. I want calls for 150. I'm just making up a number, right? Let's say 150. And I say I want Nvidia calls 150, and then I put on auto. That the algorithm will tell me, because I want to long calls at 150 Nvidia, the algorithm will come over here and like X out when it's a bad time to buy those calls. Give me a window that's the best time to get the best price. We call it like that, like an IV check or something, right? So when is the best time to execute that trade? And it can say like my entry window is really good right here. It'll say, as this is shrinking, we can say the entry window, right? And it can put like a little button in here that I can click and drag around. So my entry window needs to be in this week. Then it can say, it can auto-populate an entry, and it can say my exit, which is going to pick when my expiration is. It will say the best time to get that strike is going to be any time at 150 after whatever. It's going to tell me when it's a bad time to exit. So it'll say like maybe, for instance, if we had the map started having resistances at 140, let's just imagine that we had put walls at 140, right? Imagine this is put walls. So what it will tell me if I do it correctly, that because there's put walls at 140, 150 is not attainable, but 150 is attainable in here. So it can have another thing that will tell me when my range of exit will be. So that I know I need to enter in this week and exit before that week. Do y'all like that? That's pretty fucking solid. That's solid as shit. So ideally it'll say entry, my exit, no exit before you hit that resistance. So now, because of this, what it's saying is, if I want to get this strike and buy a call, the algorithm will say, well, you want volatility shrinking, your entry window is sometime inside of here. You want to get a dip for your strike, and your expiry needs to be somewhere before you hit resistance. You can call it monthly map expiration planner. I don't know. Do you guys like this idea? Does everyone understand this idea? We're inventing indicators on the stream. We do this so often. It's so crazy. You know, it's a bunch of chicken scratch, but hey. So auto mode, you tell it what ticker, strike, if you want to long or short a call or put, and the algo will tell you an entry window where volatility is shrinking, so you can get the best premium, and an exit window which says you need to exit at least date X or later, or before date Y. This picture shows resistance before your strike, literally helping you plan out your expirations. The literal hardest thing to do when it comes to trading options. Time, motherfuckers. Time. This is a time planner. Give me a name that makes me think like time planner. This might be one of the best ideas we've had yet. Okay, give me an example. Let's pick a ticker and let's run something while we're sitting here. Oh, my NQs running. Run in. Ooh, run in. Okay. Let me bring my front and center, my apples. This is so crazy to watch your brain work. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Today it's working. I think I might make 20K today. I'm up 18,650. Oh my god, yeah, baby. Another 20K day. Oh my god, guys. Who called the bottom? Who called the bottom? Who called the bottom? Love it. I'm loving it. That reminds me of that scene from Always Sunny where they were trying out for the Philadelphia Eagles. Donovan McNabb was played by the guy that played Theo Huxtable on the Cosby Show, and he was like doing the McDonald's plug. I'm loving it. And it's so quiet on YouTube. I love it. Usually, like, people are so, like, not you guys, but YouTube is like, sometimes you just get like trolls and nonsense come around. The YouTube's been so lovely and quiet. Man, it's so great. Why? It's just so lovely to just sit here and do your job. No, maybe all the fly-by-night COVID traders went back to work. So now, like, or the kids went back to school. That's what it is. Kids went back to school. Fine. I'm gonna close my. I'm not gonna hold those in-queue options over the weekend. I'm definitely gonna close them out. Yeah. Yes, and help. I just made a tweet. Y'all can, if you have me a favor today, let's do Friday retweet. Let's do this thing. Maybe every Friday y'all can do me a solid. Can y'all retweet some of this post that I just made on my Twitter? A Lambo a week. Okay, so let's do. Throw me a ticker real quick. Square, Ed. Okay. Let's practice our analysis on Square. So maybe you guys, y'all wanna tune in. Go to Rocket Scooter real quick and get the free trial, and you can play along with us, and I'll show you how this works. I want to do AMD. Okay. Well, AMD and Nvidia are probably gonna look very similar. So let's do something that's completely different, right? Let's do SQ. So let's get the old Rocket Scooter app up, the old one, the classic, just so I can put them both side by side. And so let's map out each particular day one at a time. So I'm going to go to manual mode. I'm going to pick each day. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to come in here and draw. Oh, you know what? To do the new mode, we need to have already had one we've done before. So unfortunately, let's do something we've already done before. Spy. Yeah, because we have to have one that's, I've already done one for it. And these are beautiful, big, fancy, colorful ones. And it looks like I did this on the daily chart one too. This is gonna be a little nasty. All right, but the chart looks okay. So let's actually do SPY. We have to do something that we've seen the before and after. So I'm gonna go ahead and do SPY for today's expiration, right? And I'm just gonna delete like the older ones. So SPY yesterday looked like this, and SPY today clearly goes to 381 and 380. Okay, so it's the difference between the major zone splits. So if I were to click those boxes to say, today, should I be on the long call side? Should I be on the long side or sell side of options? Clearly, it's shrinking. It would say, I need to long SPY calls instead of sell SPY puts. Well, what I'm saying is to map out the change from one day to the next, that we're practicing the new indicator, which is to say the change from day to day. I need to have already drawn one yesterday to look at the change of how it's changed on the map, which SPY or something I've done yesterday, like Google, AMD, probably just the trades I'm in, because the only ones I really mapped out on the stream. So let's look at whatever date that is. 2 Fridays out. Let's do the expiration. So SPY, let's do the expiration here. Let's just see how that's changed. 348 to 330. Okay. 348. 330. So another example is that pretend we only have these 2 data points, which I will, because the only ones I've drawn are these 2. Ideally, volatility is shrinking up here and volatility is shrinking up here. Just imagine like whatever you had in the middle. So I can say that it's becoming more bullish over the course of the month as there are bulls wanting to buy lower. There are bears willing to short higher, though, than bulls willing to buy lower. So the sentiment is becoming slightly more bearish faster than it's becoming bullish. The people want to buy lower but want to short higher, then the bears are increasing their positions faster than the bulls are over the course of the month. So bulls want to buy lower, bears want to really short higher. So while the bear sentiment's growing faster than this. Now, volatility drying up is telling me today it's a good time to be long the side of the options. And if I buy at 381, as the month goes by, 381 becomes more and more and more bullish as bulls are willing to buy lower than my price. As I am long right now, pretend I'm long right now, over the course of the month, people want to be long while I'm already long. So if I had position, as people are willing to buy lower, they're willing to buy from me. They're willing to buy, and I'm long. So ideally, that is saying that people want to buy something that I already have at a lower and lower price. Meaning that there's more bulls in this area entering the picture. Oh, wait, think of it like that. That's again the way I'm trying to figure out this market. Okay, a couple more. Let's see what other ones did we do? Google, AMD, SPY, QQQ, Nvidia, Pepsi. Did we do Pepsi? Because I know I would have only mapped out ones that I bought. I think I did JP Morgan. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So let's play the change game, right? So let's look at each particular distance here, 28 today. So I'm just trying to see if the new indicator is giving me better insight of what we're thinking. So JP goes from yesterday to today, 125 to 123. So I'm showing the change of this expiration in one single day. People are less bearish because they're willing to short higher. People are less bullish because they want to, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, people want to buy higher. Sorry. Let me think of this. Was I saying it backwards earlier? Let's try to figure this out. I'm too tired for my brain to wrap it around this concept. Okay. So if people want to short higher, they need more safety. They're less bearish. If people want to buy higher, they're more bullish. So I was saying it backwards earlier. God, okay. That's right. I'm tired. Okay. So if you want to buy at a higher price, you are more desperate to get in. So when the call wall, there it is, goes higher, then people are wanting to buy higher or protect a short higher. I would say like that. So bulls, wrapping my head around concepts when I'm half tired. Call wall up, people want to buy higher. Wall up. Maybe I was right. Put wall up. Up. People want to short higher. So how do we analyze this? Firstly, less volatile. We're trying to see, would this be more bullish or more bearish sentiment? So at this price, it becomes more bearish because people went to short higher. This price, it becomes less. There are fewer bulls because they've now moved to bears. So when the call wall is higher and people want to buy higher, I'm trying to see if this is an indication of a short squeeze or not. Like the orientation. I'll have to chew on this when I'm more awake. Let me look at the trend. Yeah, let's do them one at a time. Anyways, this is the fun new thing that we're gonna end up making fairly soon, because this is just seeing the change from one day to the next. I'm trying to see if can we make an inference onto when to enter long or short, or should I? So when to enter, when to expire, when to pick an expiry. Okay, here. So, and then we'll do the next week. Younger Matt was a lot smarter than older Matt, that's for sure. So ideally, let's make those inferences and let's see the expiration of the monthly. You can see how much day to day the ranges kind of change. And so ideally, I'm trying to dream up like ways to display this. So in a volatility sense, it's becoming volatile less, liquid up. And so actually this is not on this day. This starts on Monday, right? So once you roll out of these Fridays, you would say from Monday, just from here to here, because it's more liquid. Here, let me pick my QQQ. Let me close out my Qs for profit, my scalp, my NQs. My apples are looking good. Let's get my NQ futures. Let's just flatten this guy. I'll take it. $3,000 on the futures. It's looking good. Let me do Rocket Scooter real quick and look at QQQ's upside limit. $275. Oh, we already busted through it. That's nice on monthly mode. That's pretty cool. 280. So 277.5 is liquidity pocket. I'm pushing there now. So I'm at $3,000 on that trade, that day trade. If there's anything today. Whenever, I'll just take it. That's good. Right, let's go back to the map. $21,000 today, profit. 21K a day so far. Okay, so liquid. So this will tell me inside of this Monday to Friday, let's see let's watch my Pepsis real quick. They do expire today. Nice little runner on these guys. Pepsi's moving 182. Let's map out Pepsi real quick because they expire today, so I might as well just take profit on them. That's it. Super hard. I wonder if I could just get 20. How do I... Oops. Oh, it doesn't... Oh, because it doesn't show... I'm an idiot. Okay. I need to have Thinkorswim show where I can put the... It's not showing on here. I need to add the customize and limit orders. I was like, where's it showing it? Okay. Oh, let me put that up here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Perfect. All right. Back to the map. So here, more liquidity from Monday to Friday. It would tell me that, you know, I want it, my bias should be long bias, long options, bias. Not short. That means longing puts or calls. Okay. So after this day, you can see that from here to here, you have another range of more liquid. So this strike is becoming more liquid, which is good. Oh, it looks like I got my fill. That's good. From here to here, it's about the same. Volatility 2. V1 equals V2. So it's practically the same. Now, the question I'm going to have is as people are willing to, like, as price falls, I had it backwards last time I was thinking of this. As price falls, you still have bulls at a lower price. So this price is well, 120 is bearish today. 120 is not bearish for the next couple of days. And as you get people willing to buy lower and lower, you're steadily in bull territory. So ideally, the thought is that you have right here. If I were to pick a strike again, let's do JP as my enter, and I say I want to long a call at 116 or 115. Okay. The algo will say, let's just draw with like bright red. It will say 115 as an entry is not good. Here. We'll call it entry, right? Entry is not good here because it's in bear territory. I don't want to long in bear territory. 115 is also not good here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to display it. But 115 is good for here or later. Do we all understand that? Because it's bull side. So the idea is it will say for my entry, this, we'll call this like, this is my trade. And I could say I want to pick my expiration. The algo will say expiry Friday the 11th or later, right? Right. So the algorithm is suggesting to me when I want to tell it what I want to look at, say my expiration is I want to pick 11 or higher for the safer, where I want my calls to be in the money in the bull side of the market. So not my entry, but like expiration. Okay, that's one way to do it. My entry window, because I want to do longing the market. A different color. My entry window. This is an options planner, right? It's a new indicator we're going to do with multi-map. Entry window, which means since I'm longing, the rules are: one, I want the volatility shrinking. And I also want to enter at bull zone. So volatility shrinking from one day to the, or one expiration to the next versus one day to the next on the same expiration, two different modes. So this mode here is that from here to here, volatility goes up. So I don't want to be entering positions here. I want to be entering positions when volatility is lower. So it'll say my entry window is going to be here or sooner. Check, 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 check. Here, no. I'll just do like no. Just do it green again. Okay, clear this out. So ideally, yeah. I'm gonna take this picture and give it to our developers. Okay, so my entry window is going to be, when is a good time for me to enter, like when I should push the button. Okay, so I should push the button when I have one of two things. Volatility is shrinking, so volatility is expanding. So the answer is no. I need to enter right here because volatility is smaller from here to here. So long a call, I don't want to push the button here because it's becoming more volatile going into Fed week. I'm going to pay too much for that option. Do you all understand what I'm trying to do? And from here to here, again, we just want to look for that slope being negative. Like this. Then, yeah. You're looking for, like, should I do this week. Then from here to here, here to there. What am I doing? This makes sense. And when the volatility is the same, we can probably use a yellow to kind of say it's a neutral. It's kind of like a maybe, right? Like a caution. So I can say, like, if I wanted to buy 115 strike JP Morgan calls, it's telling me I should probably get in them now or not be over here. The better trade for JP, as you see you're expanding, it could probably either recommend it's better to sell puts down here as it's expanding, as opposed to buying the calls I want. And this is obviously this setup, I picked an in the money trade just to see what it would show me. It would tell me to buy the in the money trade. I need to buy now for that expiration or later. But it's telling me that, you know, obviously I'm not going to buy in the money trade. I'm not going to enter anywhere over here in that time. And that's good because I wanted to see if it would come out and show me that. So entry, right? Yeah. All right, you guys. I fucking nailed it today. No. All my trades are doing well. So Google's starting to kind of move. So my entry window, if I went to buy 115 in the money calls, I need an expiration that's here or here to have the least amount of theta burn and least amount of IV crunch. Perfect. I like it. I like the way this is working. We'll play with it, but the idea is to help me plan when I want to get in, where I want to get in, and when I want to expire. These are things that options planners don't have. And this is basically using same concepts of Black-Scholes, but it's a more discrete and easily understood options planner. Call this up. And it's exploiting all the things we exploit. Do you guys like that? Is that a great idea? I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to get out of here. I've been streaming for a little bit too long. I am having a killer fucking day. I'm at 24K today so far. 25K since I finished that sentence. 26K since I finished that sentence. Jesus Christ. All right. I'm tired. I'm going back to bed. I'm posting this in my little project window here. Let's just review my trades. My Pepsi. So Pepsi does expire today. And I am... The Pepsi is breaking out to all-time highs, I think. I think 180 was all-time high. Oh my god, what an awesome trade. Didn't I say Pepsi breaking all-time highs? I did a monthly map last week for it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna hold expiration, whatever. I'm gonna just let it run. No, wait, you know what? I'm gonna not be greedy. It does expire today, which I have more time. Let me close half and I'll let the other half ride. My Apple 1125 of 1125 Apple 152.5 calls for the 25th of November. $152.5. These guys are hella in the money. Apple's running really good. My Apple trade. My Nvidias are kind of sitting flat. I've got a while on these guys. 11/25 Nvidia 150 calls. Very aggressive for that. But I think it's great, right? They are my calls are my trade is green, which is good. I got in at the dip, which is amazing. Not in the money, so I'm gonna lose some theta if it doesn't start to move. But these are 150 calls, 11/25. They are in the green. I got 15 of those yesterday at 340. Again, paying a little bit for them, but this is a run for a month. I'm okay with that. My Google's down about 10K and just grabbing the dip again for the same time frame for 110 push. If I get 100 on Google sometime between now and FOMC, I'll close that out. My NQ futures scalp made 3,600 bucks. In my, what the fuck is this? I can't even see what I'm buying here because I have too many windows open. It's squished up. Whatever I'm cutting and pasting, what are you? Oh, you're my spy. Oh, my spy weekly calls for the 2nd of November, which is going to be next Wednesday. I'm hella in the money too. Do I have a new outlook on Google? I do. I have an outlook on Google and Microsoft being the best value in this environment when everybody's going to short squeeze all the things. Those are the things that got hit the hardest, and I bought the most aggressive on them. So yeah, that's it. What's your max target for the spies? Oh, let's take a look. Let's fill the gap. First thing we do, picking price targets. You guys know, watch this video. This video will give you all the answers about what I'm doing to pick my targets. Like I said, I might do a monthly, a weekly recap of. Why is my picking price targets? So everybody to watch this video real quick. Here it is. Boom. Okay. Watch this video. Picking price targets. The first thing we do, we look for gap fills on SPY. Let's go to SPY, look for those gap fills. Do I post daily levels of stocks in Discord? I live stream and we have people that post all day long. Look, if you guys sign up now for the monthly membership, I'll urge you to do that. You can do this, and we're gonna do a really awesome favor for you. Use that coupon for monthly. You're gonna get 50% off the sub every month forever. Grandfathered in. Our first 1,000 people. We're like at 700 and something. So just 100. It makes it $100 a month. You guys have seen dog shit Discords charge $400, $500, $600 a month or whatever. You get a full trading platform. You get full live trading feeds. You get all these tools to come with it. You get our scanner, our watch list, our charts, all of our algorithms, our liquidity maps, all the training, all the videos, everything. For that, I want all of you guys, even Shiv, all you guys that haven't been there before, try it out for just a month. If you hate it, just cancel it later. The $100 is like a trip to the library, buying a couple books. Give it a shot. You guys here, tell all the new folks in here if this is their first day here. If you're a member, tell them what to expect. Do you guys like it? And then let them know. Try it out. Like I said, we want to build a client base of 1,000 people, and we want to get that $100 a month grandfathered in for all you guys that want to jump in on the early bird stuff. What's going on with my spies? Let's do gap fill and SPY really quick. 390. Is that really the gap fill? Oh, that's why I picked 390. Oh, that's why I got it. Yeah, I guess I'll hang on to 390 now. Whatever we close at today. If it's not higher, if we close higher highs today, I'm going to liquidate everything. If we don't close higher highs today, I might liquidate only half. If we get an exhaustion run on this expiration, I'm going to close everything out for profit. Yeah. Thank you guys. Y'all are awesome. Okay. So yeah, I've got 390. My upper run is to fill gaps, right? That'd be a pretty strong run today if we got it. Which is why I would just take profit on this, get the money back, and then start to figure out what I want to do. It's like we have a red line here. As a matter of fact, you know what? are running into irrational territory. You know what? I actually, to be honest, I just feel like closing out the SPY at least. Let me just liquidate the SPY. I mean, it's 6 grand. Let me put. Oh wait, you know what? Let me check. Let me just check resiliences and stuff. Let's check fix really quick. Am I being too greedy? Does it expire Wednesday? Maybe I should lock in just a little bit. Fix is good. Fix is just dying, which is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bitch and sell 10 of the 40, 10 of the 50. Okay. Just lock a little bit of that in. Okay, we'll see you guys later. I might chime back in later. I got a really busy day today. I'm gonna work with some a lot of y'all. I'm gonna start editing those videos that we did yesterday. We had filmed like 5 or 6 different awesome videos. We're gonna edit them and make them into longer videos. I mean, sorry, shorter videos for y'all to watch. Try the free trial if you haven't. Yeah, thank you guys for typing up that really nice stuff. Free trial. Yeah, no credit card required. Are you going to Zoom? No. Going to bed. Wild life, baby. Okay. Love y'all. We'll see y'all later. Yeah, check out all the videos. Check out the free trial. You're not going to have a bad time, I promise. Rocketseer.com. Check us out. Positional risk analysis. Trade. Market makers of mine. Learn how to find liquidity. Learn how to find arbitrage. Learn how to predict gap fills. Learn how to find if markets are rational. Rock solid rules to sit out. All kind of stuff we bring to the table and nobody else does. We're glad to share it with you. We love you guys to death. Thank you all for being y'all. And thank you guys for being hella great. Check us out. Come to our Discord. Discord's free. Link in the description below. Love y'all.